Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rocha Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach word. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's hopeful elect who have been scattered in the four corners of the earth. We are living in the end times, as the Bible being prophesied from the beginning. As we are in these times, expect the worst, you know, as we can see, things are not working together, in this society. Everything is crumbling, you know, everything is on the way down, you know. Now this society have already reached its own, have already reached its peaks. Now it's on its way down. So that there's nothing people can do to make this society going, you know. The only way for these people, these nations, is go to war. And the going to war with the hope that they can reset their system, to function in a way they want. But that's gonna be a failure, because the Lord is gonna surprise these people, these nations, you know, to the point that uh, after the judgment that the Lord is gonna bring, the people who gonna come victorious or to become rulers is gonna be those people those people who for a long time they've been looked down, which we are. Those people which we are, the so-called Negro, Latino, not remark, because the Lord is the one who's gonna come to exalt us, to put us in a ruling seat, He being the head of that rulership, the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna be joined here with His rulership, and we're gonna rule the earth. And all these nations, they're gonna be ashamed. They're gonna go in captivity under His house. So that's I mean that's what what it's gonna be. That's what I may say in a simple way. Because they always think that when they go to war, that's how they're gonna establish their society. But this time it's gonna be different. So I may read this article. Say what? Salesforce cuts 700 jobs in latest big tech layoff. Salesforce is reportedly laying off 700 workers, or around 1% of its workforce, in the latest of series of job cuts. The move comes after a wave of layoff by another big tech firms, including Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. Last January, Salesforce cut around 10% of its workforce to rebalance following pandemic era hiring. So they say Salesforce shares ticked 0.6 higher in intraday trading Friday, following reports it's laying off 700 workers, or around 1% of its workforce, in that is of series of job cuts. The move by Salesforce comes amid a wave of recent tech industry layoff at companies including Microsoft, MSFT, Google, Amazon, among others. However, Salesforce is still reportedly hiring for 1,000 open roles across the company, indicating the cuts could reflect an adjustment in the company labor force. So that's what we see, and there are as they mentioned, there are so many other companies as well who are doing the same thing. This is Amazon from businessinsider.com. So Amazon layoff timeline of hiring freeze job cuts in 2024. So Amazon announced it will pause hiring new corporate workers for the next few months, citing an unusual macroeconomic environment. Soon after, the company would lay off a roughly 10,000 employees. The cuts would mainly affect Amazon devices, human resource, and the other, and the retail divisions. You know, this is uh, this is this is news from Bloomberg.com. eBay to cut about 1,000 employees, estimated 9% of staff. Bloomberg. eBay Inc. will cut about 1,000 jobs, or 9% of its full-time employees, and reduce work for outside contractors, saying staffing and expenses have outpaced growth. The e-commerce company said it needs to be more nimble in the face of a challenging economic environment, you know. So there's a crisis everywhere, man. You know, this is from Mondo. They say, well, companies with layoff in 2024. They say, well, iRobot lay off 30%, 31% of workforce laid off in January 24. JAMF lay off 6% of workforce laid off. Salesforce, as we mentioned, we already read the 1%. Paramount, uh, the unspecified amount of workforce will be laid off as well. Business Insider, lay off 80% workforce. Time Magazine 15%, SAP 7%, Vloom 90% of workforce. That's a lot. Los Angeles times 20. You know, uh, X Alphabet Moonshoot Lab. Also, they say, well, dozens of jobs are gonna be laid off. Citigroup, we say, well, 8% of workforce is gonna be laid off. Prime Video, MGM Studio, they're gonna do the same. Wayfair as well, they do 13%. TikTok itself, you know, it's gonna do 1%. So eBay's Sport Illustrated, Discord, Amazon, Audible, Pixar, NBC News, Citigroup, Universal Music Group, Google, Amazon Twitch, you know, uh, Treasure Financial, Duolingo, all these companies, they're gonna cut off a number of employees, so this, you know, um, Hasbro Mars layoff. Hasbro facing a prolonged slump in toy sales and is cutting near 20% of its workforce, with CEO Chris Cox announced the layoff of 1,100 employees, adding to the 800 jobs already estimated earlier this year. So yeah, man, it's that's what is going on around the world. Not only in America. Most of these companies are in America, but in reality, these things is happening around the world. Most of these companies are failing to come up with was a prophet, you know, because of the economic crisis that that what uh, what I mean, are damaging this society, you know. So we are in the hand, man. You know, all these companies they start doing this, but this is gonna be it's gonna be more and more as we're approaching to the end of this society. You know, a lot of people are gonna lose jobs. A lot of people are gonna be homeless. You know, and the that's gonna trigger more tensions and and the more crisis on the way. You know, people gonna be invading one another. It's gonna be sedition among men. You know, all this because what people are no, and they're gonna have no what job. You know, people gonna act different from the way they used to act. You know, they used to wear a suit. Now they can't anymore. They're gonna be on the street. You know, so people gonna be some people gonna commit suicide. It's gonna be chaos, man, as we approach into the end. You know, and this is just part of the uh, judgment, man. I may say, you know, the judgment of this society. You know, so without further ado, I may read this book of Isaiah, uh, 19 and the and 14. It said, "Well, I mean, the Lord is has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit." And Egypt is a modern day America. You know, America, as you know, is known in the Bible as well, spiritual Egypt and Sodom. You know, because it's Egypt because why? There's a there's a there's a there's a bark of the people of Most High, the Israelites were sent there to serve captivity, captivity, as you may know as slavery. You know, to this day, they are still in the land of America, going through uh, oppression, atrocities, from the hand of these nations. To begin with the white Americans, you know, and the and that's it has been since we've been taken there to this day. Our people are been uh, used as a as a medical experiment. Been killed in the street, been lynched. In the land, inside in the land of America. So there's a lot of shedding of the blood of the nation of Israel in that land. A lot of our people have died in that land. And still die. You know, so the Lord is gonna work. It's gonna bring destruction upon America. You know. So Messiah said, "Well, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do." And that's what it's going to be. At the end of the day, America, as we know, is going to be destroyed. So nobody going to be in the land of America to do business or to have work, But as I'm speaking right now, we see what is going on in America. A lot of people are losing jobs, and more to come, you know. And at the end, as I mentioned, the land is going to be destroyed. Nobody going to dwell there, so there's going to be no work. Actually, uh, this is a book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. Is a read word. Remember now thy Creator in the day of thy youth, while the evil days come not, no, the years of draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You know, this is the time. You know, things are still going. You know, you can still go to in the supermarket and buy food. You know, you can still, uh, get get a job. You know, no, things are okay. You know, in a way, but soon things are going to turn to evil. You know, it's gonna be no more, no people working. These companies in America is gonna close down. You know, so people are gonna be, I mean, without job. I mean, say, you know, the unemployment number is gonna grow exponential in this end time, man. In the land of America, all over the world. You know, that's why they're gonna come with a basic income. You know, but that's for another day. As it goes on to say, well, while the sun of the all the light, all the moon, all the stars be not darkened, no the crowds return after the lane. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease. Grinder means what? Work. So it's gonna come to the point, man. There gonna be no work in America and around the world, man. Most of these companies, the literary companies, they're all gonna close down. You know, they're gonna be uh, no jobs. Let me say, you know, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And we see the music today is actually perverse. You know, there's no uh, there's no, I mean, education from the music, man. It's all I mean, the music is teaching people to be evil and wicked, and that's what it is, to be degenerate. You know, all this music that you listen, you know, are not real music. You know, so that's the way of this society, man. You know, and we understand at the end is gonna be destruction. You know, upon America and the and different part of the world. You know, so we are in the time of the end. You know, it's time for you, Israel, to get right with your power, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. You know, so when the judgment comes, when all evil break loose, you're gonna be what in a safe side. You know. So with that, I may end there and say shalom.